Hello everyone, Dolphin Oracle here today, and been a long time since I produced a video. What can I say? After the 21 release of MX, I kind of took some time. We were porting some other utilities, we were doing some other testing work. Time got away from me. Took Christmas off, and the next thing I knew, it was April. So here we are in April. Going to be getting back into tutorial business here, mostly because I realized we didn't do a video series on the changes in the Antix Live USB system. Now, for the most part, things like snapshot and remaster, all those things are pretty much identical to the way they worked before. The main change is in the actual boot menus. The Live USB system on the UEFI side, some folks realize, some folks don't, that there are two ways to boot on a machine: the classic BIOS boot and also the new, more modern UEFI boot. In the past, our menus on the UEFI side didn't allow configurations of options until you started the boot, and there was text, and it was just a thing. Well, now we can select all the options on the UEFI side just like you can on the legacy BIOS boot side, which is great for a lot of users to set things up ahead of time and allow some interesting tricks, particularly on the Antix side, where Antix ships with two kernels, and you can choose which kernel you want to boot from right from the live menus on the Live USB. Why does Antix ship with two kernels, you might ask? Remember, the Antix core mission is to support older hardware and be lean and mean. And the hardware that Antix will support is honestly much older than the hardware that's going to run comfortably on MX. So I'm going to demonstrate this by setting Antix up on a couple of netbook class machines. One a little more modern, it's a 64-bit machine, but it is limited. It's got 2 gigabytes of RAM, a 16 gig hard drive. Actually, it's a 30 gig MCC hard drive. Basically, it's on a USB bus. It's kind of a lousy machine. We originally got the thing as a development machine when we were deploying UEFI, and it still serves that goal purpose rather well. I had MX on it for a little while, but quite frankly, the XFCE and desktop environment is just too heavy for the thing, and I was going into swap just by opening up, a web browser. So Antix runs a little bit more comfortably on it. We're going to show that off. I've also got a truly old EEE PC, one of the little 1024 by 76, and actually 1024 by 600 netbooks, the kind of weird half screens. Got an older hard drive in it, single core Atom processor, 32-bit only. We're going to see if Antix's current 32-bit releases can breathe any life into that machine. And I think that the fact that the Antix Live system ships with the 4.9 kernel and a more modern 5.10 kernel is going to work out to our advantage. So be on the lookout for those videos coming up. We'll also go over some changes on the MX 21.1 side, mostly in terms of new utilities. There's we deployed MX Samba config, which is kind of sort of a replacement for the old system config Samba from the MX 19 and back series. System config Samba didn't make the jump to Python 3, and the developers had no intention of porting it. So it became easier to write a desktop agnostic tool that we can deploy across all of our releases. And also, Disk Manager, the classic Disk Manager utility that we had in the past, didn't originally ship with 21. Now we've got it back. We've ported it to Python 3 thanks to a big effort from a lot of people in the MX community at large. There's been a lot of installer tweaks. There's been some changes in the way we handle BTRFS partitions that are kind of behind the scenes. If everything works right, you won't notice. And we even have a patched version of Timeshift to work with that. And we even have a patched version of Timeshift that operates with the way we set up our BTRFS partitions. So at any rate, be on the lookout for those videos. Can't believe it's been so many months, but what can I say? Time just gets away from a fella. For tips, tricks, and how-tos, head over to mxlinux.org or antixlinux.com. This is Dolphin Oracle signing off. Have a great day.